Good morning, Radiant Youth. My name is Sam Canchola, and today I'm wrapping up our Advent series, which has been all about what Jesus brought to the world. And today we're going to unpack how Jesus brings peace in place of chaos. Now, some of you in the room might have experienced chaos just on your way to church. But for those of you who don't know the term chaos, just think about just a month ago, Black Friday. It's the day after Thanksgiving where stores around the country drop the craziest one-day deals. And while the idea of that isn't chaotic, the response to it definitely is. And I'm sure you've seen clips of it online, but people go crazy running around in stores and trampling over one another, getting in fights, and all of that just to get a deal. That, you guys, is chaos. And as crazy as chaos can feel, can you imagine getting stuck in a constant state of Black Friday chaos? This can be the feeling we have sometimes, where it just feels like so much is going on between homework, chores, friend time, family visits, and just all the movement around the holidays. It can all really make it hard to understand Jesus as our Prince of Peace in a chaotic world. But Jesus came to bring peace in place of chaos. And since Jesus is God in human form, we can see God's character through the life of Jesus. And God is not a God of disorder, but of peace. In fact, one of Jesus' teaching, he made it super practical for us when we feel scattered or when life just feels a bit chaotic. He said, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." Now, be honest, how many of you thought of an egg when I said yoke? When I first read this, that's what I thought. But no, the yoke Jesus is referring to is a wooden crosspiece used between two animals. And the crosspiece would attach to a cart or a plow or to something really, really heavy. And here, Jesus is inviting those who are feeling tired or overwhelmed to take his yoke upon you. And when you do, you can get the rest you need. For his yoke is easy, and doing life with him makes the heaviness of life feel light. In other words, he's saying, hey, I'm here to help. And because Jesus carried the absolute heaviest burdens of carrying all of our sins on the cross, he can definitely say, I can carry your burden today. But I get it. Sometimes with the pace of school and life, and especially this time of the year, it's easy to forget or get lost in the chaos. But here's the truth. Jesus offers us the gift of peace and rest when we come into his presence. This is why community is so important, because they can lovingly tell you there's a better way of doing this, and it's by being in the presence of Jesus. You can trust him with every fear, worry, concern, and every bit of anxiety that comes up, because he is the Prince of Peace. And so when you're in those moments of being overwhelmed or tired or anxious, remember what Paul wrote in Philippians. He said, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds." And so instead of allowing the chaotic feelings to continue, well, pray about it. This is why I wear my Pray First bracelet with the writing facing towards me. So I remember, hey, pray first. And it's there in my moment of prayer that I tell God what I need. And it's there when I think about God's faithfulness and how he protected me in the last storm, so that means he can protect me in this one. And whether it's an instant or gradually over time, I begin to sense what I call an odd confidence. It's this odd kind of confidence that thinks that things are going to be okay. And this, my friends, is what Paul references as a peace that transcends all understanding. And because of Jesus being the Prince of Peace, he can bring peace in place of your chaos. Now, before we go, I have one last thing for you.
We're about to head into our small groups, but before we do, we just want to wish you a very Merry Christmas with your family and your friends.
And we are just so grateful for you being a part of our Radiant Youth community. We love you so much, and we hope you have your best Christmas yet.